Canadian ecosystem is more about innovation. It's more about value-driven manufacturing rather than the volumes. We support entrepreneurs in their innovation journey, right from the concept to the actual commercialization, localization. It's about de-risking strategy. It is about managing the supply chain risks, focusing on the local sourcing of ingredients. In the event of disruptions, you are least affected. Research and development is a key critical part of managing those supply chains.
Today we explore how science and sustainability are shaping the future of custom manufacturing.
Focus on the innovation. It's about delivering the actives onto the skins the most efficient way as possible. We call it affordable luxury. Let us compete together. The value addition.
Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Today we explore how science and sustainability are shaping the future of custom manufacturing. Now joining us today is Dr. Jagvir Singh, the founder and CEO of Swift Innovations, a nanotechnology expert helping brands bring sustainable science-backed products to market. In this episode, we'll discuss collaborative R&D, supply chain shifts, and why certified organic systems matter for Canadian SMEs. So without further ado, let's dive in and welcome Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be here.
Absolutely. And Dr. Singh, you've moved away from traditional contract manufacturing toward a collaborative R&D driven model that really prioritizes science over sheer volume. Tell us, how is custom manufacturing helping Canadian SMEs compete through innovation rather than scale, and what defines a true co-creation partnership?
For sure. The Canadian ecosystem is more about innovation. It's more about value-driven manufacturing rather than the volumes. So at Swift Innovations, what we do is we support the new startups, the entrepreneurs in their innovation journey, right from the concept to the actual commercialization of the product out there in the market. So it's more about, supporting those entrepreneurs in their innovation journey and doing the value addition in terms of research and development, supporting, creating those innovative solutions using the technologies such as nano encapsulations or microemulsifications, which kind of, deliver those bioactives which we, deal with day in and day out. And that's how this whole skincare and cosmetic industry is being supported for the SMEs.
Mm-hmm. That is a vital strategic shift right there, Dr. Singh, and it kind of highlights that innovation-led manufacturing is quite the ultimate equalizer for smaller brands that are looking to disrupt the market. Now let's look at the external pressures currently reshaping how and where these products are made. With fluctuating import costs and global supply chain shifts, many Canadian infrastructure or manufacturers, they're having to rethink their entire sourcing strategy. How are tariffs and import costs reshaping business decisions for Canadian SMEs regarding packaging, ingredient sourcing, and production locations?
Yeah, so you are aware of the growing volatility around there in the market, specifically the tariff and all those things happening around the world. Now, it's not only, the cost reduction when we are talking about the localization. It's about de-risking strategy. It is about managing the supply chain risks, which are being, we are being exposed more and more currently because of the current scenario. So basically what is happening, you are focusing on the local sourcing of the actives and the ingredients, and you are making sure that, in the event of disruptions, you are least affected by those risks. So basically, when we are talking about localization. We are taking care of and managing those supply chain. And again, the research and development component is a key critical part of it. The reason being because even though in case of eventuality of disruptions, you can take care of because of the research and development partner or the co-partner in this whole exercise, you are able to manage that risk for your clients as compared to any other manufacturer. So that's why it's very, very important that you manage those risks and you are sourcing those ingredients locally rather than depending on the supply chains which are coming outside from the country.
That is a very practical wake-up call, actually, and it proves that localized production, it is becoming a strategic necessity to maintain margins with a volatile global economy. Now, beyond cost, let's talk about the growing consumer demand for transparency and clean labels. Dr. Singh, certifications like EcoCert and Cosmos, they're no longer just badges, right? They have become essential tools for brands that are looking to explore or even enter premium retail. Tell us, why are certified organic and traceable systems becoming such critical strategic tools for SMEs targeting premium retail or international markets?
Yeah, so see, the certifications, it's not only the marketing badges, as you rightly said, it's about the credibility. So these certifications, they provide you the credibility out there in the market. It's a kind of passport for you to, get into those retail shelves. Because there is a growing awareness among the consumers. You would be surprised to know 60% of the consumers in the Canadian market, they value more the organic, natural, cruelty-free, sustainable solutions as compared to, the mass productions. So basically, since there is a growing awareness and there are tools, for example, the Yuka tool I would mention over here, it's a third-party app. Basically, people are scanning their products, be it the skincare or the finished food products or processed products. The reason being, there is more and more awareness about what is going inside their body or what is they are applying onto their skin. So since there is a growing awareness, there is a need to take care of that part, and that's where the certifications, they play an important role. So those certifications, they provide you those validation that they provide you that necessary tool to reach out to the more and more consumers, and that's why it's very, very helpful to have the certifications as compared to just saying something. For example, if you are claiming it is organic and natural, it is one thing to say, but having a certification on your side is more of a validation that yes, this is something which you believe in. Now again, as a manufacturer, it's a very important responsibility of the manufacturer in terms of tracing, in terms of sourcing of those ingredients, because that plays very, very important role in this whole logistic supply chain for those certification process in itself. So that's why it's very, very important. It's the manufacturers play a key role in maintaining those certifications.
That is a significant market insight, and it emphasizes that verified transparency is a currency of trust and for modern consumers and global retailers. Listeners, if you are ready to take your product from the lab to the shelf, then please learn from Dr. Jagvir Singh of Swift Innovations about the power of nano encapsulation, how to navigate global supply chain shifts, and the secrets to building a science-backed brand that can scale into major retailers like Walmart. Now we'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere, because when we're back, we'll unpack the common mistakes founders make when turning great ideas into real products.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep, healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah? Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump into the realities of product development and how founders can avoid costly missteps early on. Now, building on this particular strategy, Dr. Singh, let's talk about the common pitfalls that founders face when starting this journey. You've worked with many first-time founders who are eager to launch, but they often underestimate the complexities of the development cycle. Tell us, what are the most common mistakes that first-time founders make when approaching R&D partners, and what are the realistic timelines from concept to a commercial batch?
Yeah. So, see, whenever there is a new startup who wants to start their own brand or wants to launch their own products out there in the market, there are certain pitfalls, certain risk areas which are kind of, which can be avoided. One of them is the budget overrun, for example. So, or the time estimates, and sometimes even the time and investment, the money investment which goes into the research and development or the formulation. So basically, it's very important to consider that formulation, the product formulation is an investment. It's a research investment. It plays a very, very important role in the long run. Now, when you are Swift Innovations, what we do is we support the entrepreneurs right from the concept where they are developing, they are defining the problem. So we help them in defining the problem, in working out the formulation strategy, the R&D strategy, and then the whole the journey from the concept to the commercialization. So now this whole exercise takes like around 3 to 5 months. Now we need to understand that research and development takes time. Sometimes you hit a roadblock, so you need to and when there is research and development involved, certain times you are stuck at certain points where you need to deliver the best product out there. And there might be that some certain processes need to be, tweaked or modified or optimized in order to achieve that the brilliant formulation what we are looking for. So that's where the challenges lie. And again, now not only in terms of the formulation and research and development, it's also the packaging, sourcing of the packaging, where you are sourcing it from, the quantities, the MOQs. Now the speed at which those batch sizes are being made. So it's not about just taking a brief from the vendor. It's about partnering in this whole exercise right from the start. So working with the partner and then defining the problem and getting the final product out there. So that's where the challenge lies. And I think if we are able to take care of those challenges at the initial stage, we'll be able to launch the final product in a seamless manner out there in the market.
That is such a necessary reality check, Dr. Singh, and it confirms that validating fundamentals early on, it saves so much of time and capital both during such a great commercialization phase. Finally, let's look at your own success story with your brand, Refresh Botanicals. You recently achieved such a great, massive milestone by expanding your own brand, Refresh Botanicals, into Walmart stores across Canada. Tell us, what was a defining strategic decision behind the success of Refresh Botanicals, and how did your focus on nano encapsulation help you stand out to a major retailer?
Yeah, so right from the start, the strategy behind Refresh Botanicals was to make this brand as a retail-ready brand. Now, there are different components which go into it. Number one is the cost. Number two is the efficacy. And number three is the delivery systems, which go into the formulation strategy of Refresh Botanicals. Now, when we are talking about the technologies such as nano-encapsulation or microemulsification, we are talking about maintaining those certifications while experimenting or delivering those actives in the most efficient way. Now, when we are saying maintaining those certification, we are talking about using those substrates for the nano-encapsulation which are allowed by the Cosmos standards. We cannot use animal-based products. We cannot use the petrochemicals to kind of define those delivery systems. So I was talking about the nano encapsulation process. So it's a delivery method wherein you are encapsulating the bioactive inside a nano-sized, bag. So when you are saying nano size means 10 raised to power minus 9 meters. So we are talking about very, very small sized nanocapsules. Now, the advantage of using those nanocapsules is that you are basically protecting those bioactives from being oxidized, because whenever the bioactive comes in contact with the air, it gets oxidized and it's rendered useless basically. So in order to maintain the potency of those bioactives, you nano encapsulate those. Now, nano encapsulation is not something we are doing new. This is being done since last so many years. But what we are doing new is we are using the substrates which are plant based. We are not using the petrochemicals. Now, petrochemicals, when you are using on the skin, they tend to irritate your skin after a long loss of the processes being involved. But we are focusing on the efficacy of the process rather than just doing it. So basically, that's the uniqueness. Now, we were talking about Refresh Botanicals, how we are unique and why the journey behind Refresh Botanicals. So we have been able to sustainably do those research and development processes inside the formulation strategy rather than, using the petrochemicals to do the same thing. So that's the uniqueness behind it. Now, it has been a slow and, consistent journey since last so many years. Currently, we are on almost 1,000 retail shelves across Canada. And now, as you mentioned, we are launching on Walmart starting in February. So it's a very exciting time for us. So yeah, this was a great journey, and moreover, as a manufacturer, it's a validation of our efforts. Like we have been able to successfully create a brand, launch that brand, and make it popular, and everything keeping the cost low. We call Refresh Botanicals as an affordable luxury. It's not like super costly brand, and having all the features and all backed by science and research.
That is such an inspiring success story, Dr. Singh, and it proves that science-driven formulation combined with such a clear certification pathway can open doors to such big retail stages. This was a great conversation. Thank you so much for sharing such great insights with our listeners today. Now that we're wrapping up, if there's one core message that you want listeners to remember about building a science-backed, sustainable brand in Canada, what would it be?
So I would say to the Canadian SMEs who are planning to venture into anything related to skincare or manufacturing or launching their own brand, I would convey the message that focus on the innovation. It's not about the volumes. It's about the innovation. It's about the value addition. It's about delivering the actives onto the skin surface the most efficient way as possible. And we, Swift Innovation, can be a valuable co-partner in this whole research and development and commercialization journey for you. And let us compete together.
That is a powerful and a very actionable message. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for being on the show with us and for sharing such great expertise and your vision.
Thank you.
And that was an insightful conversation with Dr. Jagvir Singh, the founder and CEO at Swift Innovations. We explore the power of custom manufacturing, the impact of global supply shifts, and the roadmap for taking a sustainable brand to a national level. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Please be sure to subscribe for more expert insights. Visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable resources. A special thank you and a shout out to our partners, UPS, Avon Global College, ADP, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, please keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.